Whether you're learning to play basketball, drive, edit videos, or create on YouTube, I've noticed they all have something in common. There's an unavoidable period of mediocrity. There's a time if you're learning anything where you will be mediocre, especially compared to what you're capable of. And if you quit something, it's most likely during this period.
So because of that, I think this is actually one of the most important times in anyone's journey, because being mediocre actually allows for a lot of opportunity. But why is that? I've quit sports, learning certain skills, and even other YouTube channels, all because of the same three reasons.
The first is I felt like I was behind.
It doesn't matter how far behind you feel, or rather how far ahead everyone else seems. It's not too late to start.
After a certain amount of hours dedicated to learning a new skill, you'll be considered to be at a high level, and the graph of knowledge per time invested will taper off.
Everyone has a different journey, and I mean, at least for me, none of mine have just been linear. And a lot of things for like YouTube, I found that it's typically 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It's never a straight path to success.
So if you're basing your success on where you're at on someone else's path, you'll tend to lose. And if you're looking at people who aren't quite at the caliber that you're at and feeling good about it, it's a very unsustainable way to stay motivated. And no matter which way you twist it, you are still exactly in the same place, likely with more to learn regardless. And this leads into the second reason, which is feeling like there's a long journey ahead.
A lot of times I think I focus too much on the end goal and where I want to be, instead of just focusing on the actual steps to get there. I think there's a lot of friction with wanting to push yourself, knowing you're capable of doing more, but you're just not able to achieve it quite yet. Like, I know and accept that it'll take a lot of time and effort to get to the point that I know I can be at, but a lot of times that's also the point where it's pretty easy to get demotivated.
And the third reason is I felt like there's just a better use for my time.
During this period of trying to prove yourself and find your footing and hopefully success, I mean, I can only truly speak for myself, but sometimes I feel like all of the time and effort that it would take to get out of the period of mediocrity, I would just rather spend it on something else where it could be a little bit more valuable. And inevitably, I do drop out of some of the things I try to succeed in because of those reasons, which I actually think is almost good because it kind of shapes your character, and through the process, you actually learn what you want to spend your time on. But this video isn't about what I failed in, it's about why this part of your journey is actually super significant and what the best way is to push through it. And I think my personal creation journey is the most applicable one to talk about here.
I watched all the tutorials, gear reviews, and breakdowns and felt like I knew what I was doing.
So I finally tried it, and it was mid at best.
Some things like lighting and color grading I thought I understood, but as soon as I tried it, I realized in actual practice, I was doing quite a bit wrong. Same thing with audio. I mean, you can even look, or well, rather listen to my first video.
Creative process. And to be completely honest, it usually starts with a phone.
It's not very good.
But if it wasn't for jumping into it, I would have never learned the concepts that I needed. Like, I'm sure one day I'll be looking back at this video and see quite a few mediocre things that I could improve on. And even 6 months later, I'm still learning so much after each one of my uploads. I think I'm definitely in that unskippable period of mid when it comes to YouTube video ideas. I mean, I've made tech videos, I've made video essays, vlogs, and I even want to try out a few video editing tutorials. Like, as of right now, I can't really say what topic or ideas are gonna really work the best, but what I have figured out is what kind of visual style and voice I want my videos to be in. But I, of course, have my overarching goal set of documenting my creative lifestyle. So if you're enjoying this or you want to follow along for that, feel free to subscribe.
Being mediocre shouldn't be looked at as demotivating. It honestly should be looked at as the time to explore your opportunities. Like I'm doing for my channel, you can try a bunch of different topics and styles of videos, seeing not just which ones perform better, but also which ones you enjoy making the most. Like a lot of people, I started just editing goofy YouTube videos on my own, and when I decided I liked the editing process, I tried to turn it into a job. I found a few low and even no paying clients, and again, it's safe to say my work was mediocre, but I used that time to develop my skills as much as possible, continuing to outreach to creators, even though most were met with no response. Even making a new channel and practicing new editing styles on my own recordings, I was hired into a decent opportunity, which eventually led to some huge opportunities opportunities a few years down the line, also being now well respected in the YouTube gaming video editing space.
But going through this myself, I'm now able to see a lot of other and newer video editors in that phase that I once was stuck in. And if you are, I just want to let you know, and I wish they could all know, that it is not forever.
I like to think of it as a video game cutscene that you can't skip. It's a part that has to happen in order for you to move forward, and without it, you might not know where forward is for you. Looking back on some of my first client videos I edited, they were pretty awful. And again, that's not because editing wasn't meant for me. Everyone starts with zero knowledge, zero subscribers, zero clients. In a lot of areas, I think I'm at the point now where I'm out of that period, but debatably in more ways, I'm very much so in the middle of it.
I don't think I'm necessarily bad at anything, but I do think that there will be a time where I'm better, as long as I don't stop learning, which I don't intend on doing anytime soon. I mean, it's pretty much an objective fact that no matter when you start, you will be worse than you are later on.
I think this period of mediocrity is a crucial part to everyone's journey, and if you take full advantage of it by trying new things, seeking different opportunities, and pushing forward, I'm 100% positive that through time you'll see yourself improve in many ways.